Come on into the chat, folks. Drop your city and state. Drop that good information. Hey, you guys, just to give you a heads up, we have the Atlanta VIP Mastermind coming through September 28th through 29th. I'm going to be in Denver, Colorado, October 5th. One-day event. It's going to be like a mastermind workshop, just me and your girl, me and you. We're chopping it up in Denver, Colorado, October 5th. Keep that in mind. Then, I'm looking to do something in Oakland in November after Afrotech. So, somewhere in there, I'm going to hit Oakland and LA again. Brace yourselves. It's going to be in November. But it'll probably be between the 11th and the 16th of November. I'll get better dates for you. But right now, as of now... Oh, and we're doing Dallas. So sorry. Let me do that again. Let me start over. September 28th through 29th, I'll be in Atlanta with Charm City Buyers and Kendra Barnes. Links are always going to be below. Then, after that, October 5th, I'll be in Denver, Colorado. I'll have Eventbrite gets up shortly. Then, after that, the next weekend, I'll be in Dallas, Texas with your girl, Terry, live in person one day. Y'all, it's going to be about scaling your business and scaling your portfolio. We're going to knock it out. Then I'm going to go later in November to Oakland and LA in the same week. We're going to get it, y'all. We're going to come get it. I want y'all to, because a lot of people say, Erica, oh, you could come here, come there. Listen, put the date, put your city and state out here. I don't know. And when I put the Eventbrite links up, you guys can pick it up. That's just how that works. You know, ticket sales show me that you want me to be there. That's just all it is to it. Because we're trying to make it a day full of activity, information, and learning. Not just, hey, I get to see somebody off YouTube. It's a combo effect. So, great things going on in both those places. So, Denver, Dallas, Oakland and LA, and Atlanta. So, thank you for dropping your cities and staying there. It helps me put together events. Now, more money, more problems, right? Or new problems is what the title is. I'm heading to San Antonio. Yesterday, y'all saw me coming back from Houston and going to Houston. What was I doing in Houston yesterday? I was confirming before putting money down, what do these properties look like in Houston? What's the potential? And I was very pleasantly impressed. I was excited. Got to eat dinner with Money Medu. I was excited. Now today, you know, one time, you ain't got no drivers. 20 minutes later on the phone, you got 3 drivers. So, I have to make sure on my end that the trucks are ready with their license plates. And guess what? I got my license plates right here in the car with me. I haven't had time to go down there and put them on there. So, that's what I'm doing right now. Going down there to put license plates on vehicles. So that they can be ready to be picked up, whether the driver comes early on Friday or they come next week. Preferably, they come next week. That would make me very happy. With that being said, how many trucks we got on the road? A lot. A, B, C, D, E, F, and J and K, right? So out of the group of letters I just named, 2 of those trucks about to get on the road. Now, I also have personal trucks and they're sitting. And I'm waiting on driver for that too. So all of that goes together. If you're in here, drop a like, hit the like button. I appreciate that. Now, what happens is people say, well, Erica, they get stuck in a part where I don't have any money, I don't have any time, I don't have any money, I don't have time. You have to make the time and you have to make the money, because here's the deal. A body in motion stays in motion, right? Because I just partnered with somebody in the group for yellow trucks. I have 4 personal trucks at this point. Let me correct that number, I lied. Instead of 3, it's 4. But what happens is, when you're in motion, people are throwing things at you every day like, hey, you want to buy this? You want to do this? You want to come over here? Let's go. And so when I tell y'all I'm coming to your cities, the people in those rooms with me, they get my biggest attention, because if I come to your city and state and you're not there, I'm not going to hear about it. Just like every year I'm going to do the Austin thing. I may do it twice a year. I'm going to have the boat party, and people that come, they get my biggest attention first. And what was funny is everybody in the room were people I had already partnered with. So I was like, oh, I already partnered with all y'all, except for 2. Maybe like 3 people in the room I hadn't partnered with. But out of freaking 40 people almost showed up, I'd already partnered with all of them. And the key is, if you're moving, if you're getting in the right rooms, you're talking to people, you're going to the dinners, that's how you get you get moving. That's how you become a body in motion, right? These conferences, these seminars, most people that are going to these events are people who are ready to do something. Now, what does that mean, ready to do something? They're ready to purchase something. They're ready to buy a truck. They're ready to buy real estate. They're ready to do something. They're ready to take action. And so the best thing you can do is be ready when you meet them, right? I'm driving on this road. You guys can't see it, but over there's literally a truck towing 2 other trucks. Okay, Colorado Springs. Come on up to Denver that weekend. How far is Colorado Springs from Denver? Let me know. It's a military town. Would love to go see it, but how far is Colorado Springs from Denver? I'm pretty sure it's a good drive. But let me know. Why am I doing that? Because 1 hour, oh, that's nothing. I'll see you in Denver, October 5th. Right? And instead of, a lot of times you'll talk to people, and Kevin Samuels, I'll give it to him. I may not agree with everybody on Mental Spirit, everybody all the time, but I like what he said the other day. He said, these people up here, problems you have from high school, problems when you're 17, problems when you're 20. You're 35, you need new problems, people, okay? If you're 45, you need new problems. If you're 28, you need new problems. No matter your age, you need new problems. And complaining about the same thing, well, if you're going to Miami while I'm going there, you're going to have to meet me at one of the other locations when I do events. You pick one of the... But the thing of it is you need new problems. Point blank period. And how do you get new problems? It's called growth. People really don't want to grow. That's just the truth. People sitting here telling you every day, well, I do this every day, or I make all these hours to go to the gym, right? And I'm like, all right, cool, great. Well, while you're there, are you listening to podcasts? Are you listening to uplifting things? Are you listening to educational things? Or are you listening to a bunch of music where you're just like, I'm ready to pump and fight? And when you're driving these long routes,
in 2 miles, take the exit toward I-10 West.
Out there, the GPS. And the best thing I've seen is Brian Rigbo, where he was talking about how he literally would get his education in the car, because you spend a good, depending on where you are, depending on where you're driving, you spend an hour in the morning in the car and an hour in the afternoon in the car. So you're on the phone, you're out there to music all day, but is it propelling you through? I mean, I'll listen to talk radio sometimes, and I used to get all mad and riled up and write my congressman, and I go, wait a minute, this ain't even affecting me. This is in a whole nother state, a whole nother city. This ain't my congressman. But what I would think at the time is, that is how we got things changed. Again, that's how Tea Party made a big movement, was all this writing of senators. And think about how much they propelled me to get angry.
In half a mile, take the exit toward I-10 West.
Sorry, guys. How much they propelled me to get angry in that time frame of listening to them in the car. And at that moment, I said, you know what? You've got to use this car time to educate yourself. You got to use this car time to teach you something. You got to use this car time for something more than just getting angry and making jokes. And
take the exit toward I-10 West.
So sorry, you guys. That thing's going to be loud for a second. When you hear some of the stuff people are saying, that they have the right to go to work, come home, and show up on the internet and talk crap, how dare you? That's their freedom of speech. That shows you how bad their life must be. They really don't have anything positive to add. They really ain't got no solutions. They really ain't doing nothing else with their life. So this is their outlet. They come home and argue on the internet. That's sad. I'm sorry. It is. When I start going to some of these events and I see some of the married couples, like there was a guy this weekend, I was trying to message him on social media. I'm like, hey man, what's up? And he literally responded, I don't do social media on the weekends. The weekends are for my wife and my kids. And I laughed, but I was like, I salute you, sir. Good stuff. Good stuff, because it's his day. He has a company. He runs his company how he wants. House on one car, there's land on another. And I was asking another person who's in real estate, well, what should I do? So they're talking to me like it was nothing, like they've had this problem before. And I was like, I like that. I like that I'm on the phone with somebody and they're like, that's not a big problem. That's very common. Because what happens is, we all can talk about football. That's an opinion-based thing. We all can have an opinion about something we saw on TV. But not many people of influence have real, actual, concrete information to give you on a problem that you're currently working. That's That's why I always go on this rant about your Uncle Joe and your Uncle Jack. Y'all keep talking about these Uncle Joes and Uncle Jack telling you something that don't make no sense. They're telling you something that don't make sense because they're not doing it. Same thing with these guys telling you, well, trucking don't make no money. And I'm sitting here with $2,000 a week left over after all the fees and expenses. And I'm on the low end of the total pole. You know? Yeah, people doing it for the gram. You know? And it's not even just the people doing it for the gram that exhaust you. I go on Instagram and look for, like, when I go to restaurants, I'm like, I want to eat somewhere in Dallas. Where's a good place? Boom, Instagram. I'll find somebody who took pictures somewhere nice. Same thing when it comes to travel. I really like it for the travel aspect. But there's a limit to it. Right? Now, what does a limit mean? You should look at it for inspiration. You should look at it for a little bit of, like, okay, I want to go over there. Because life is about having a little bit of what we call discontent. Not too much, but just a little bit. Now, what does that discontent do? It makes you go do something else, right? If you're at a job and you're tired of that job, what makes you leave that job? Either a manager, you're discontent with the situation, and you're ready to move on. That's usually when people switch jobs or go get certifications in their careers they need. They usually don't leave if they're feeling comfortable, right? Same thing with relationships, same thing with friendships. It's not until something happens that you go, I need some new friends, I need some new situations. Again, when I talk to y'all about using your whole calendar, getting your calendar and plotting out. See, there you go. He's been doing it since 2012. Yeah. When you get on your calendar and you start plotting out, these are people who live in a city and they're stationary, not necessarily knocking anybody who's driving, but just saying if you're in a city and you're stationary, your focus should be at least once a week to go do something else. Once a week, pick something new on the meetup.com. Pick something new on Eventbrite. You know how many hours I spend on Eventbrite in a week, y'all? I'm not even joking. I literally have two calendars. I have more than 2 calendar books, I ain't gonna lie. But one's just for the business. Another 2. One's personal, one's business. But that's a whole nother story, another video for another day. The calendar that's for personal, I pop it open. I leave it open on the kitchen table. And I usually go on Eventbrite and I look for a while. And I just find new events, sometimes breakfasts or lunches with just random different new things that I think are valuable to my life, but also interesting. So when I do that, that opens me up for new people, new opportunities, new places of growth, because we are in America where you can literally set your schedule up to stay at home all day if you want to. You can get groceries delivered to your house, you can get food delivered to your house, you can get just about anything you want delivered to your house, and I'll keep it PG and leave it at that, right? So, but that doesn't breed for new opportunities. That doesn't breed for better conversations. That doesn't breed for more. That breeds for discontent. But the only person that can change that is you, right? The only person who can outgrow that problem is you. So when I'm out here driving and people are like, oh, Eric, I can't believe you have to drive. I'm like, I'd rather have this $2,000 income a week problem than being at a job where the manager's talking smack to me and they can't afford to leave. Because I promise you, a lot of you have dealt with that, where you're at a job, someone done said something slick to you, and you're sitting there like, you can't get too angry because you can't leave. Now you can quit, but are you prepared to quit? And that's where passive income, that's where investing comes from. That's where, when I have these conversations with y'all about getting new problems, comes in. And I will keep harping on this till the day I die, that real estate is a big mover in this country. And y'all, they try to downplay it like you can rent an apartment. You can rent an apartment forever. It's okay. You don't ever have to buy a house. You don't have to be responsible. You don't need those kind of problems of owning a house. Look at who's telling you this. I love Grant Cardone, but look who's telling you this. This is people who own apartments. These are people who are heavily invested in real estate. Now, this is something I know. If you look at a lot of working class families, even if they can't afford a house, even if they can, their main goal is to rent a house for the backyard, for the children, for more space to park their car, for a lot of reasons. So even when you see, when I talk to a lot of people who have big numbers in real estate, they usually have a ton of single family. Because when they get a quote on AC or they get a quote on roofs, it's different. It's not the guy who just has one roof, not just the guy who has one AC. They're getting different types of quotes. And that's what cracks me up when I hear people say, well, Grant Cardone said, this person said, listen, I spent the past 4 years trying to get all up into the apartment investment situations with Brad Sumrock and also with Hawaii Lulu Club. And I was working with those guys, and the more I looked at it, I'm like, I could, in the meantime, take my money and invest it in another single family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to literally look at it, stand back and look at it, and make sure you're assessing correctly. Because, of course, we'd all like to invest in apartments, but watch the videos, dude. Like, even Brad Sumrock people, those people, before they can leave their job, they're usually invested in like 7 or 8 apartment deals. But when you look at the amount of money they're dropping, like $50,000, they could have been bought several single family rows in that same time frame. There's somebody speeding behind me, and I just got to show them that little Ford put 90 up if they really want to, okay? You know, I got to show them what time it is out here on this highway. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, I understand what Grant and a lot of people are saying, because I'm in those positions. Where what happens is people who have high incomes, like high income business owners, like I talk to them all the time at these events. They don't have the mental bandwidth to do more things. Now, what does that mean? They don't have time to worry about single family homes. That's where turnkeys came about. They don't have time to do A, B, and C. That's where these opportunities to invest in apartment deals came about. You know, Grant Cardone, if you look at some of the people he shows, they're sending him $50,000, $100,000 checks. Now, are there a lot of people sending $10K? Sure are. But there's a ton of people sending $500,000 and $1 million. Those are people of high income. Those are people who are making a lot of money, and they just don't have the mental bandwidth to deal with another thing. And that's the difference. I think my phone might be overheating a little bit, y'all. But that's the thing. I just want you to kind of like, more money just means more problems, right? And again, yesterday people seemed to be confused with what I was trying to say about middle class and working class. But it ain't nothing to be confused about. It's very clear. Middle class are people getting checks from not their personal labor, whether it's stocks, whether it's monthly dividend stocks, whether it's investments, whether it's lending notes, whether it's land, timber, rental properties, investment groups. They're getting checks coming in the mail. So if they boss get on their nerves and they want to slide out, and their personal debt, let me hear that, make that clear, their personal debt is not out of control, they can bounce. Even some of these fractastic guys you see selling, reselling ticket sales. There was a group, I'm in it, and they're reselling tickets, right? And they're making a pretty good markup, 50% to 100% markup on the ticket sales, because people are last minute. People will see a ticket for a show and go, oh, I don't know if I should go to that show. What do you think, baby? I don't know, baby. I don't know if we can have a babysitter. I don't even know. So then people wait till the last daggone minute and buy a ticket for that same concert they could have bought for $50. Now they bought it for $150 at the last minute because they finally planned their life, because most people in this world are reactionary and not proactive. So the fractastic entrepreneur who's sitting there buying tickets and reselling them is living a pretty good life, because he's doing what he wants with his debt, as long as his debt is not out of control. Now, this is the key. There's a guy out here, people were making fun of him a little bit because he had, like, I think $60K in student loan debt. But he's sitting here telling you he done made $1 million in his business, and the first thing people say is pay off your student loans then. He's like, but why? Okay, so either two things are happening. You feel like you don't want to pay, you don't want to feel that personal pinch of paying that student loan debt, or you ain't making $1 million. That's just the facts, right? And so the more you dig on it, some of these people you see on Instagram and YouTube, they're living a life that's like, okay, if you got new money problems, solve the old money problems. And again, that's where discipline with your money comes into play, of course. But I just thought that was super funny that everybody be like, why don't you pay off your student loans? Well, I don't think it's, I mean, he tried everything to wiggle out of the conversation. You're like, bro, if you're making $1 million, just make it $1 million. Just pay it. But that's the thing. When you really look back behind some of these Shopify websites, these people jumping around selling different things to you every week. Yeah, they may make $1 million on paper gross, but what's their net? The net for a lot of these guys is $100,000 a year. Showing you $1 million sales on Shopify, but they only netting $100,000 a year. So that's why he didn't want to pay that $60K. Now, he didn't say that in the Facebook groups I'm in, but I know that's what it is. I just know that's what it is. I know the numbers because people have tried to sell me their Shopify sites. So maybe many of you don't understand that, but a lot of them been like, hey, you know, I want to sell you my $1 million business. I go, for how much? For 30 grand. Well, how much is it really worth then? Well, I really only made 100,000 this year. So it's really not $1 million business. It's $1 million on paper, and the $1 million on paper is important. Why? Because the $1 million on paper allows you to get a lot of what? Loans and credit cards. But see, a lot of these fantastic guys don't know what to do with that. They don't know what to do with that, so they be wanting to sell. Oh yeah, I mean, again, don't try to sell me something and don't. I'm like, what's the net? I hear all that, but what's the net? Okay, thank you. Like, you know what I mean? And again, you're gonna get all that written off once you know. Again, there are several people, and I probably gotta ask my accountant again what was the number he saw just in his office alone, that they make a mill on paper, but at the end of the year, they net is down to 150,000, 200,000, and I'm like, is that for tax purposes? They're trying to get tax write-offs? Because if that's their real net, they need to fix that. That sounds broken. So that's why when people sit here telling you they're millionaires, they're balling out of control. I'm like, I know millionaires. The last 6 millionaires I've actually known, met in person, and hung out with, they all got old ass cars. Not too old. I mean, they in the 2000s, 1999. One was 99. But they don't care about the car. They care, and these are the same people. You won't see them post pictures all the time, but they be going on little small planes. They be going on boats, houses on the water. They be doing all kind of stuff. They be traveling overseas. Then you call them phone like, hey, where y'all was last weekend? Oh, we were in Belize, girl. You know, we just stayed off social media. Because but yet they can Marco Polo me showing me they there in that country. So that's how I know people with real money. Some of the stuff y'all seeing is just that. Ask them about the net. They get mad when you ask them about the net. But I've had more than 4 people try to sell me their Shopify business for $25K. I'm like, if you hurting that bad, you willing to sell to me for $25K, what's going on with it? What's going on with you? There's several questions you have to ask when you buy stuff. Yeah, paper tiger. That's what we call them, paper tiger. They on paper looking bad. But that's the thing. If you look at some of these things, some of these credit card groups, the reason these kids are getting approved for 100 racks on credit cards, which is very hard to do. Very hard to do now. They've since 2008. It's because they're sitting here with these $1 million Shopify businesses, $1 million on paper. Or there was one guy who tried to sell me his YouTube channel. His face is never on it. Now, homeboy did make a meal, but he spent about $300,000 in YouTube ads. So he really didn't make a meal. And he also had to pay some other stuff out. I mean,
there's a speed trap ahead.
Oh, I see the popo too. I see him. He over there waiting. Oh my goodness, waiting on the hill. Look at him. The popo's watching, y'all. Okay, but yeah, the point I want to say is more money, more problems. And the best thing I could recommend to y'all is building you'll like. I was talking to my personal trainer today, and he was talking about, there was some Saturday with most agents. What people don't realize is the best agent, and I'm gonna be careful on this, agents average age is like 58, but the best agents I've seen are the guys and girls who are like 27, let me back that up, 25 to 30. Now why? Sometimes they're not married, they ain't got no kids, they got a lot of time to run around like a chicken with a head cut off. And I would see guys who would do the Saturday desk, which is you can do leases or you can do houses. And a lot of people like, I don't want that. I ain't got time to run people around to go see houses and apartments for them to lease. But usually a lease is about $1,000 here in Texas, about common. And you can get that money 30 to 90 days. But see, what they don't understand is if you don't have your pipeline full of events and bookings and a seller appointment and a listing appointment and just full of events, you're going to be one of those agents that's like, ooh, I ain't got no money this month, girl. That house closed and I'm just waiting on that check. Because they don't realize, to get more money, it's a new problem, because the new problem would be their time is going to be tied up filling the pipeline with calls, filling it with listings, filling it with seller appointments, filling it with open houses. Like you really have to kind of grind a little bit as a real estate agent, because what people think is, I'm a real estate agent. I'm young. I got friends that want to buy houses. And that did work for a time, where your friends would be the people that be your first set of people, and you'd be able to get other people. Don't work like that no more. Everybody's friends ain't in the financial place to buy a house, right? Then you have a lot of African American agents who are having to work with credit repair people to get There are people even ready to be approved to get in the house, to get approved by the mortgage broker. So what people don't understand is new money means new problems, but good problems. It just means you're going to have to figure out multiple ways to tackle those problems. Yeah, I think my phone's overheating here in a second. Might lose y'all. Sorry if I do. Because it looks like it's like, please help us. Anyway, let me see if I can get it cool off, phone. Cool off. Don't burn up. You burning up, phone? Drop me some comments, you guys. Drop me some comments. I'm almost there, about to get off the road and look at them. But yeah, you guys just let me know. I mean, there's a meme I posted where the guy's talking about, hey friends, you know, I can look at Texas, boring Texas roads. But that was all I had to say today. Really, it was just about Alright, you guys, let me switch over the phone. I have a great call. So the Denver event is October 5th. The Dallas event is October 12th. They're both one-day events. The one in Dallas is going to have me and Terry. The one in Denver, I don't know. I might have a special guest. Depends on who's going to come with me. And then the one in LA and Oakland, I'm going to try to get a gang of people at that one. So, but I'll have it on Eventbrite soon, and I'll have the links in the community section and on here. So I will talk to you guys later. I got some business phone calls to handle. It's your girl Erica, Classic Line Blog. Later.